Oh, hey! You want to tag along?
What is up, you guys? This is All Day and Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a video on how to mod your gear. So I've seen quite a few people asking, more than a handful of people asking on how you're supposed to mod your gear, or how, where you're supposed to get your stuff, your materials and whatnot, and just a bunch of questions. So I do have a video that basically kind of goes over it a little, but this
No
video is
more
just
this
going to
Avengers
be
versus X-Men junk. We
being
gotta stick
more
together.
in depth, just to tell you what to get, where to get it, and how to mod your gear, and what gears can be modded. So with modding your gear, the thing you're gonna need is you're going
What
to
can I do
need
for you?
a modification installation kit, which is gonna look like this. It's gonna look like some nails coming out of a plate or whatever. I don't really know the imagery of it, but it's gonna say modification installation kit. It's gonna be blue or teal, rare crafting material, contains specialized materials and tools used in modifying powerful items. And the only way you can get this is you have to purchase it with 100 legendary marks, so they're pretty expensive. And then once you get all that, you're going to come to the science division specialist, and this is the vendor you're going to want to go to if you want to mod any of your gear.
Good to see you here.
So you can mod any of your gear this is what all the mods look like. So, and not just that, you don't need to also just get modification installation kits. You can also go to the engineering division specialist and purchase StarTech research credit exchange, and then go to the R&D.
Looks like they're calling in the big guns.
And then you'll just purchase one of these three, and that'll give you some of them. I believe it doesn't really matter which one you get, but sometimes they can give you something for your science specialist, or it can give you something for your engineer. But if you get it for the science division specialist, it can pretty much give you the same enhancements, same mods, but sometimes it'll be different. Like this one is 5 to 20 primary resource, extra primary resource. But the other good thing about this is it doesn't cost you any materials except for one StarTech research credit, which is 100,000 credits. So it's pretty pricey, but I would say it's worth it because of the fact that it doesn't require any materials, any rare materials. But back on topic, once you have let's say you want to get your modification on a mod on your artifact, you would go to the artifact mod slots or filter, and artifact mods require 5 ionic particles, 5 nanotech filaments, 10 spare parts, and 1 modification installation kit. And just keep in mind that you have to make sure you read what you're putting in. So for the reserve modification, this is going to give me more spirit, more damage rating, and more health. Scout modification will give me dodge rating, less damage taken, and less damage taken from all attacks. Summoned ally damage and brutal strike will give me obviously the summoned ally damage and brutal strike, so that's offensive mod. Guardian modification, deflect rating and less damage taken. Vanguard modification, melee damage and brutal strike rating. Marksman modification, ranged damage rating and brutal strike rating. Efficiency modification will give you spirit cost reduction, damage rating, and health. Bulwark modification will give you defensive rating and less damage taken from all attacks. And they all cost the same amount of credits, they all cost the same amount of materials. So you would go here, and then you would press the artifact you want to mod, and then you would press the mod you're trying to artifact, and then you would hold square. Make sure, like I said, it is pretty expensive, pretty pricey to get an installation kit. So make sure you're modding gear that you know you're going to keep. So the artifacts is pretty easy. The next one is going to be your gear. So in the enhancements filter, so all the mods that look like a gun are going to only be for your upper body, lower body, and your weapon and your accessories. And you can only mod gear that is superheroic, cosmic, and eventually omega gear. So a lot of these mods require different types of materials, not necessarily all the same. So you have to make sure you read it on the right side under the materials required. And where it says materials required, it'll tell you what mod is for what. So this one, shock absorbent plating, is for upper body and lower body. Vitality support nanites is also for upper body and lower body. Kevlar weave is also for upper body and lower body. And endurance stimulator is for upper body and lower body as well. And then you have velocity booster, which is for your weapon and accessories. Mass intensifier, weapon and accessories. So I hope you kind of see where I'm getting at. It'll tell you on the right side of the box what it's for. So for the upper body and the lower body, that's your defensive stats. For your weapons and accessories, those are for your offensive stats. So if you're just trying to raise your offensive stats by a bit, then you would want to mod your weapons and your accessories first. If you're trying to get a little bit more defensive stats first, then you would just mod up any of your defensive stats for defensive gear first. And it's okay. You can mod your upper body, lower body, weapon and accessories without having any modification kits. The only problem is they'll give you pretty low stats in those areas. But yeah, modification kits are not required for those. Modification kits are going to be required for these ones. The one that looks like a chest piece on the icon. So these are going to be for your utility slots. It doesn't take a lot of materials as well, but it does require a modification installation kit and 50,000 crafting cost. But as you can see, the stats that it gives you is so much more. It gives you way more stats, and I generally wouldn't mod any gear until you find the gear that you know you're going to use for a long time. So if you're focusing on DPS, you're generally gonna want a piece of gear that has the +5 fighting, or not +5 fighting, but +5 to whatever your main attribute is, or crit hit, or brutal strike, and then definitely it has to have crit damage and brutal damage as well. That's if you're going damage. If you're going defensive, then obviously you want to have your defensive perks on it, all the good defensive perks before you mod it up. So make sure that piece of gear, that utility piece of gear, has the stats that you're going for. Not necessarily the numbers, because it's going to be pretty impossible to get all maxed numbers. But you know, you want to mod the gear that has, that has the specific stats that you're going for. So remember to keep in mind that you need to read on the right side if it says under the materials required. If it says utility slot armor, that's for your utilities. If it says weapon or accessories, that's for your weapons and accessories. If it says upper and lower body, then that's for your upper or lower body. And then the last thing for the science division specialist, which this isn't part of your modding, but this could help you with your modding. I wouldn't recommend re-rolling your rings or medallions, and I wouldn't recommend re-rolling your weapons or armor, because those can give you random stats. So if you have the materials and you have a piece of gear that you don't want, that you're gonna scrap, and you want to just re-roll it just to see if you can get good stats on it, go ahead by all means. But I wouldn't recommend it, because it takes a lot of materials, And let's say if you're missing that one stat, I just wouldn't re-roll, because the odds of getting all 3 stats or all 4 stats that you're looking for is 1 in a billion. So the ones I would re-roll are your artifacts and your artifact affix, the cosmic artifact affix. So with the artifacts, it doesn't re-roll like completely change your stats. It just changes the numbers. So it will not change if your artifact can get, let's say, like, if it comes with +4 fighting or +3 to all attributes or whatever. Yeah, if it says +3 to all attributes, it's not going to re-roll all that away. It's not going to roll the +3 to all attributes into something like 600 crit hit. It'll just re-roll it from a 1 to 3, 1 to 3 to all attributes. If you understand what I'm saying. So your stats on your artifact is pretty much set in stone. It's just the numbers can change if you re-roll the numbers, if you use this. And then the reconstruct random cosmic artifact affix just changes the cosmic artifact affix's affix. So basically the talents on your cosmic artifacts, the yellow words. So what that means is you can re-roll if it says plus 1500 defense when you're in combat. You can re-roll that away and get +1 to all attributes. Re-roll that away and get 10% signature cooldown reduction, etc., etc. And yeah, so I'm just gonna recap on everything I just went over. So the artifact mods. Well, first you need to make sure you go to the Division Quartermaster and purchase a modification installation kit, and make sure you have enough materials as well. And then next thing, you're gonna go to the Division Specialist and purchase one of these mods for your for the artifact that you're trying to put it on. And then the next thing is you have your upper body, lower body mods, and then you have your weapon and accessory mods, and then which don't require any modification installation kits. And then you have your utility mods, which do require modification installation kits. So I hope this video helps you guys. You know, if you have any questions or anything, go and let me know down in the comment section. If this video helped you at all, go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions, again, put that down in the comment section, or you can let me know through Twitter at alldayanyday1, and you can also follow me on Twitter at alldayanyday1 if you want to keep updated on when I'm going to stream, or if I'm going to post out a video, or even I'll be asking my viewers or whoever's following me on Twitter what videos they would like to see and whatnot. And yeah, that's basically it. This is All Day and Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.